like I keep saying about our laws, vote buying, voter inducement, it's a criminal offense by our electoral act. But you ask yourself how many people have been prosecuted. You ask yourself how many people have been brought to account, even in open cases, brazen cases of vote buying. It's unfortunate. It is happening in Anambra State. It's happening across Nigeria. It is the duty of INEC to ensure that such people are brought to justice. It is the duty of the security agencies. We are lacking in implementation of our laws, implementation and enforcement. We must have to change our attitude. So such action is illegal, it is criminal, and should be brought to justice. Now, as you rightly pointed out, ADC is on fire. The only thing is that we have an APC that is using every method to intimidate and scatter the plans of the opposition. Recall, in Kaduna State, ADC wanted to meet and they were scattered by thugs. Recall, in Lagos, when Rotsvival wanted to have meeting of the ADC, they were scattered by thugs under the supervision of the security agency. In Ekiti State, APC again went in to scatter ADC when they are having their correct meeting. According to the Electoral Act, the security agency is meant to provide security for any party that wants to organize any rally or meeting equally amongst all the political parties. Now, APC is jittering. ADC is going to form the next government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We are strategizing and we are going to beat this APC. They are already imploding. I made it clear that APC was going to implode because you will see all these endorsements, admiration of sycophants and flattery of fools.
Thank you for your time.
They will lose the election because it's the people of Nigeria against APC.
All right.
It's not
and
about
on that note,
all the sycophantic
I believe you've
we are
established your point firmly.
strategizing and we will win.
Please, we need to know. This is a message to the Nigerian Security Agency. Please, we need to know. All these kidnappers, when they kidnap every day, because right now, they just kidnap in Benin just this morning. All these kidnappers, when they say they kidnap every day, I beg. Wait till I follow them there. We'll never talk by the Nigerian government. Is technology so expensive that you people cannot invest in technologies? And so technology can cost. We be saying Nigerian government don't invest on technology. I mean, they say remove all these kidnappers from for bush. I don't understand. What did they happen for Nigeria? Now every time I go they practice like say on a day 1980. Why are you people giving us 1980 vibes, government? APC they give us 1980, if a 1920 vibe. The way government for 1920 wey be say things never even develop. Now the verb when Nigerian government they give us, and the verb where APC they give us. Nigerian Security Agency, what's up? That's why now they continue, they enter street, they harass armless youth. Now go they harass them, they forge for their head. They hold them and they pay ransom, they collect money, but yet people are making billions inside the bush. They're making billions of naira inside the bush, kidnapping people. Kidnapping don't turn a new market. Kidnapping is not a new market in Nigeria. They just kidnap people again today for into states. What is happening? Anybody now can fall victim. December is already around the corner. Every month people will go village. So now like this, everybody heart wants to day their hand. What is happening? Why is insecurity a hard thing to stop in Nigeria? So
know the significance my family has played in shaping Nigeria as it is today. So I'm going to go ahead and share this story. Of course, this is definitely going to cause problems between me and my family, but I don't give a shit. So let's go. Okay, to start off, this is my dad, Yakubu Bako, former governor of Akwa Ibom in Nigeria, and this is his Wikipedia page. So this is my father right here giving a story to a newspaper in Nigeria. Let's go ahead and check that article, shall we? It says Colonel Yakub Bako served as the military governor of Akwa Ibom State and under the administration of late General Sani Abacha. In this interview, he spoke about the projects he executed in Bakassi, which former President Olusegun Obasanjo conceded to Cameroon, and how he made efforts to install MKO Abiola as president, what he knows about the alleged coup of Lieutenant General Dia, and other interesting issues. Says here, I was successful in the military. I never missed any promotion. When I returned to Nigeria, I was posted to Lagos to oversee the 19th Battalion during the 1993 crisis. So this is very important because back then, Nigeria, there were coups everywhere, left and right. And if you wanted to do a successful coup in Nigeria, you had to have the guy who was in control of the 19th Mechanized Battalion, which they put my father in. And by the way, the person who put him there was my father's godfather, some guy named Sani Abacha. But let's continue. It says, while we were there, somebody approached me saying we should plan to topple Shonekon and make Abiola president. So yes, while Ernest Shonekon was then interim president of Nigeria, someone approached my dad as that was, if you want to take over power in Nigeria, you need to speak to the guy running 19 He's the first person you need to talk to. So they came to talk to my dad about, putting Abiola as president. And my dad did what he did. He went to go see his godfather. Who is his godfather? Abacha. So he told Abacha about the coup, and Abacha said, you know what? That's a fucking good idea. Let's make this shit happen. It says here, you were a high-ranking military officer, but you made efforts to install a civilian as president. What informed your decision? Why were you trying to join politics? He said, yes, there was too much tension in the land at the time. That was when, so people that don't know, Nigeria was trying to transition from military to a civilian presidency, and Abiola won the election. After winning, he was denied the election. He was denied the presidency. One of the main reasons he was denied presidency, I believe that's one of the main reasons, is he promised that the first thing he will do when he gets into office is apply for reparations for Black Americans. Next question is, as a military officer, you were not afraid to meet with civilians, blah, blah, blah. He said, yeah, says, you made efforts to install Abiola as president, but at the end, it was Abacha that took over. Don't you think you were being used to achieve someone's personal goals? He said, I won't say both of them used me because Abiola was both sincere when we started. There was sincere from Abiola's family because they really wanted him to be president. Long story short, the coup was agreed for. They said, let's go ahead and make this shit happen. It worked out perfectly. Everybody was expecting Abacha to give a speech on the radio, make an announcement and say, we've taken over power for Abiola. Instead, he said, we've taken over power and I'm the president. So as part of the guy who took over power is my father's godfather. Like his kids, we grew up together. They took us to school every day. Me, Mahmoud Sani, Gumsu, Raki, all the Abachas. We went to school in the same car every day. So that happened, and my dad was rewarded giving governor of Akwa Ibom. They sent him to go take Bakassi from Cameroon, which he did. He took Bakassi back from Cameroon, and after that, he was sent to NECON, which was Nigerian Electoral Commission. Back then, Abacha wanted to become a civilian president, so he put my father in charge of the logistics. He put his boy to make sure everything goes smooth. This part is very important. So he's talking about his life in NECON, right, in the Electoral Commission. He says, I worked there for almost a year. When I got out to the commission, one of the major issues was ballot boxes. So I introduced transparent ballot boxes. The contract was awarded to the person who went to China to bring the first set of ballot boxes. I created an office for myself at the airport in Abuja so that the trailers would come and offload and go for the sensitive materials, which we were to print overseas. I told Abacha that since he trusted me, I wanted our security and printing office to print it and let me be responsible for it. So a lot of you don't know this. There was a time during Abacha's last time, there was a time when my dad was basically given the security, minting, and printing of Nigeria. So when I tell you I grew up really fucking rich, a lot of you would not fucking understand. When my father took over from Bakassi in Akwa Ibom, Nigeria was under sanctions. So all the oil we sold was on the black market. When I tell you guys that you guys who are praying for Israel to come in and destroy, there's no one in my bloodline that will suffer the consequences of your decision. We got so much money, we will run the fuck out of the country and go anywhere. You don't like it, but it's the fucking fact. I have no reason to add this part, but I just did anyways. He's talking about my mom, his Bachama wife. My mom is Bachama. I am basically, I'm not even this full fucking Hausa guy. I am basically 25% Okanyali, 25% Hausa, and 50% Bachama. So if anything, I am more Bachama than I am Hausa. But yes, my father's family did not like the fact that my father met a Bachama woman and married her. They wanted to sheet him a Hausa bride, and they are 100% responsible for my parents' divorce, like a lot of Nigerian families. He tried, he couldn't do it. After years of harassment from my father's side of the family, she left. But yeah, I just want to add this. My father's side of the family is responsible for my parents' divorce. So yes, my father is responsible for Abiola's coup. Abiola came to him. He was the one that set it up. He was the guy. He was the architect of it. But his boss, Abacha, had to be the face of it. So my dad, everything, Abacha took control, Abacha took power. My father was sent to Bakassi, my dad took Bakassi back from Cameroon, and Obasanjo ended up giving it to Bakassi. By the way, do y'all want to know why my father ended up having fallen out with Abacha? When he was put as NECON, he had one job. During his trip, like state to state, he was supposed to be checking every state to make sure everything was okay. He was supposed to end up, while he was in Jos, while he was in Jos, Olusegun Obasanjo was supposed to somehow die. My father refused to do that. He refused to kill Obasanjo on Abacha's behalf, and that's why they had the falling out. Which for my dad kind of worked out, because right after Abacha died, the next person who became president was the guy he was supposed to kill. And yeah, my family has my family has played a very significant role in Nigeria, and a lot of you don't know, but I'm just coming here to share it. So when I say the things I say, I have more access than most of you would possibly realize. And growing up, I was that one kid that always wanted to hang around his dad when dad had visitors, unless he explicitly kicked me out. I'm sitting there, I'm listening to everything they're saying, and he always used to, like, I was that one son. But anyways, I just wanted to share, man. My family is very pivotal in Nigeria's direction. My dad was responsible for Abacha. Some low-key, he was kind of responsible for Abiola's death, because if he didn't accept that coup thing, it wouldn't have happened. He was also responsible. He's also the reason that Obasanjo ended up becoming president, because he refused to kill him. Now you know.
By the way, guys, Oshowore has been released. Let me read what he said here. He says, "There's nothing more painful than seeing innocent people left behind in prison. When I was being released today, I felt guilt because I left behind children or adults whose only crime is being poor or voiceless while the powerful walk free. It is a brutal reminder that justice in Nigeria is often broken and sold. Every wrongful imprisonment steals time, hope, and dignity, and that's why the fight for justice must never stop." Guys, please continue to double tap the screen to like the show. Thank you to the person that has liked. I really appreciate it. Meanwhile, this Ibrahim Babangida University student, Issa Mokwa, he is to be fraudulently arraigned. This is from Sahara Reporters. Fraudulently arraigned at Magistrate Court for labeling Niger Governor Bago, Governor Amonike. Hey, God. These people are soft. They are not anyway, there's no need to speak too much grammar. We all know what's up with that. Meanwhile, just, Gumi, Gumi say he has urged all the Islamic judges and clerics to grant Muslim women facing domestic abuse the right to divorce their husbands without being forced to pay compensation. So apparently, when they divorce in the north in Nigeria, it doesn't matter if the man is at fault or not, the woman actually pays the man. Interesting fact. I didn't know that. Okay, moving along.
Number one, for me to support Tinubu, you have to convince me beyond reasonable doubt why I have to support Tinubu. Convince me. You have to convince me that in the whole of Yoruba land, Tinubu is the best candidate for the post of the president. That's number two. Number three, you have to convince me and show me evidences that Tinubu was a student of Government College Ibadan. Number one, was a student of St. John's Primary Carolina, was a student of Chicago State University, and that Tinubu real name was and is Tinubu. Because he has plethora of names. He has plethora of names. To the best of my knowledge, Tinubu has 5 different names. To the best of my knowledge, he has 5 different names. And I'll give you the names in the following order. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, number 1. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, number 1. Number 2, Bola Adekunle Tinubu. Number 2, Bola Adekunle Tinubu. Number 3, Yekini Ogunlere. Number 3, Yekini Ogunlere. Number 4, Amuda Shongodile. Number 4, Amuda Shongodile. Number 5, Lamidi Omoboriwo. Number 5, Lamidi Omoboriwo. So what's the real name of Tinubu? What's the real name of Tinubu? So I have to know his real name. I have to know his age, his real age, and I have to know whether he was a student of government college or not. Then I can support Tinubu. If you can fulfill all those conditions, then I will support Tinubu. But for somebody to come to my inbox and think when you abuse me, that one will make me to support Tinubu, you are wasting your time.
People, those of you that you have locked that Bitcoin in my name, repent. If not, none of you will escape judgment before you die. That money that you have carved out in my name for your private route, you have eaten the blood money of Christians that have been killed in Nigeria, will hang on your neck down to your generation. Repent. Leave that devious house. Cancel that Bitcoin. If you didn't cancel it, I pronounce curse on your character. Because my mouth is for blessing and curse. And I use that verse properly. If I curse you, you will never survive. If I bless you, you will survive. You will never survive if I curse you, unless you repent. Unless you repent. If you repent and amend your ways, no. I release forgiveness upon your life. Forgiveness upon forgiveness upon forgiveness. Never use me to scam people. To scam people. Because of me, many have lost their accounts in Bitcoin business. I will never be a stumbling block to somebody. Restore that money back to those people that you scammed them. If you don't do it, you will never know peace in your life. I transfer the blood of those that you have killed will hunt you down. Mark my words. If you don't repent, you are in trouble. Repent. Repent. But to those of you that you are blessing us in the right way, God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. From the bottom of my heart, I shower you with the blessing of Jesus Christ upon your life and your generation to come. In Jesus' name, I pray.
So it does look, apparently, some people created cryptocurrency in this man's name. Okay? Using the sufferings of, hey God, I don't understand though. They presented an idea of cryptocurrency. So it looks like they were not trying to use, let's just continue. I see you, Abraham, welcome. Prince Chinwoba, welcome. I will share the link in a few minutes, please. I will. So let me just get through some of the videos I have here. Now, NDLEA officers unalive a 17-year-old student and injure 4 residents during midnight raid in Edo community. This is it. This is Sahara News, by the way. Let's listen to Speed Darlington.
I was going to manage to...
Welcome, King.
People used to say Buhari is the worst president. But I say Tinubu is the worst president of Nigeria. Tinubu wants to implement income tax in Nigeria starting January. Nigeria now you won't collect money from. What happened to oil money? What did you accomplish with oil money? First you came in, you removed subsidy from petroleum.
Baby, welcome. Yeah, it is life.
Now you want to tax Nigeria. Baba, you won't make it better for you, and you don't want make it better for you. Which money then Nigeria where you won't collect? Income tax up to 25%. And they ask, you won't make it better for you, and you don't want make it better for you. Which one? When I see why some people they shout to Biafra, divide. Which one be income tax? Are we white people? Now white people they do tax. Why would you do such thing in Nigeria? You are absolutely the worst. I dislike you so much. So much. I made a video the other day telling you to do something about police brutality. There's other ways to be a leader. Even if you don't know how to economic development, reform police. Instead of you to reform police, this is your economic development. I told you to make this place feel like over there that you guys like to go buy house. And the implementing income tax is your way of making here feel like over there. Papa, you are dumbass. Income tax in Nigeria? Are you kidding me?
Maybe you don't like. I'm gonna double tap the
What
screen
did
to
you
like.
talk?
Oh.
You don't know anything. Nigeria way hard like heaven and earth. Everything costs so much money. And you want to collect from the one way person manage gather. You won't collect. You say they do income tax. And you guys don't know why people they shout to Biafra. It don't make sense. This is one of the reasons why. Income tax for Nigeria, you don't go better for the person who give you this idea. You don't go better for the person who give you this idea. I don't like this idea. Income tax for Nigeria? Are we white people? Fearing.
Oh my God.
To share not just the news of Omoye election arrest release, but a heartfelt reflection on what it represents for us as young people in Nigeria. His journey is a mirror reflecting our collective frustrations and hopes. When we look at Omoye election arrest and how he was released, it is easy to see just another headline. But for many young Nigerians, it is a symbol of something deeper. The constant struggle against unfairness and inequality. It reminds us how many times our voices feel stifled and how often we see double standards in our society. But here is the larger reach. Every time someone like Omoye Eleshore stands up and fights, even when it is risky, it fans a spark of courage in all of us. It shows that democracy is not about everyone thinking alike. It's about having the freedom to think differently, to question, and to challenge the status quo. So, as we reflect on Shaw Arrest's release today, let us carry forward the admiration not just for him, but for the idea that each of us has a role. Our disappointment in this system can be a catalyst for collective action. So if we keep questioning, we keep pushing for fairness, and we keep celebrating those who fight for a more just Nigeria, we are not just changing the conversation, we are shaping the future for our country. It's a truth at a time. Take care and have a nice day.
Mitch, she made some point there. That's a good point. Here he is.
So I just whack this coherent. So I just whack this because we get protest for Lagos tomorrow against the Waroshoki demolition. So man, I need this back to Lagos. Expect us tomorrow. Coherent. So I just.
So they whack the Eba because he's going to protest for the demolition that's been taking place in Oworoshoki. Omo, give it to the man, no, give it to him. Meanwhile, Kenya. Apparently, I've been seeing the article going around, the tweet going around on Twitter. I don't know how true it is. I haven't vetted it, but I'm reading from VDM's tweet right now. It says Kenya takes Nigeria to ICC. President Ruto challenges Nigeria before the International Court, freezes billions in assets, and declares, "You kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu, return him to Kenya or face the World Court." President Ruto has reportedly taken a firm stand against Nigeria over the unlawful detention of Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. According to emerging reports, President Ruto has brought Nigeria before the ICC, accusing West African country of violating international law by abducting Kanu from Kenya in 2021. The Kenyan leader is also said to have imposed a travel ban on Nigerians entering Kenya and frozen assets worth billions of dollars owned by Nigerians in the country, a move aimed at pressuring Abuja to release Kanu immediately. We're not afraid of Nigeria. If justice requires war, we're ready. You cannot invade our land, kidnap a man and call it justice. President William Ruto. I don't know. They say he's quoted saying that. This is all allegedly, so I don't know. I haven't seen any, or maybe I haven't looked up for it, so I haven't seen any article that says anything. Okay. Prince Chiwaba, please, you give me some time, okay? I need to run through these videos before I bring you on, so it's a conversation that flows, okay? So just be patient. Michael, welcome. Oh, thank you. I see you.
Or the day you were arrested. And what has been explained?
This is Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer, by the way. Okay.
Is actually taught.
Well, it's traumatic for quite. Speaking honestly, it's traumatic for me. It's traumatic for my colleagues, everybody. If you say it's traumatic in the sense of the manner of the arrest, it was very brutal. There should not have been people that would break the police were being shoved around, being beaten up, and some of them sustained injuries. Tear gas canisters were deployed directly at most of us. Two had impact on me. And in fact, if we didn't have strong lungs, some of us would have given up the ghost on the spot. I don't think that type of brutality has a place in a well-ordered modern society. This is the type of thing that we need to do away with in Nigeria. Even at the police headquarters, CID, Gariki, the command, they deployed canisters, several canisters of tear gas just to get us to bundle us into vehicles that will take us to Abator. He didn't need to do that because we were already under your control. So that's something that is abhorrible and should be condemned by all and sundry. It is not good, it's unlawful, it's brigandage, and it is executive rascality in high places.
While you were in detention, now you are starting to hear that what's considering the fact that you also have
when the protest was directed, let me make this clear, the protest was directed against the presidency, not against the judiciary. You know, there are things that come first. If the presidency, executive branch of government does not put you up for trial, no court has the authority to initiate prosecution against you. So if you know, it's a question of where to place the blame. I've noticed a lot of understanding as if we are protesting against the court. No, the court didn't initiate it. The presidency did. The attorney general did. So if the presidency or the executive branch says Nnamdi Kanu's case should no longer be prosecuted, the court will have nothing to try. Exactly. This is our point. So those people saying Nnamdi Kanu is on trial and we are interfering with judiciary, contempt of God, blah blah blah. No, come on, that's complete misunderstanding of the situation. Yes, it is Tinubu we wanted to talk to. You don't have any business prosecuting a man that has done nothing wrong.
Yes.
And a man you brought into the country under situation that offended humanity, international law, and even Nigerian law.
Yes.
You don't have a business putting him up for trial. So withdraw. Under Section 174, I think, of the Constitution, he can direct the Attorney General to do a nolle prosequi. It was done for sure here, right? It was done. It has been done in history for a whole lot of people. The presidency or the executive branch or the Attorney General can say, we are no longer interested in the case.
See, so let me read this. Okay, well, let me not read it. Let me just move forward. So another person, they don't kidnap another person again, no, for Edo State. This one says her younger brother, Lucky Imokwede, is among the 12 people who were kidnapped. So the girl that was kidnapped yesterday and this guy, they were kidnapped together. The kidnapper said they will unalive him if they are unable to pay 20 million this month. Hey, kidnapper is getting loaded. They are using all the money to buy rocket launchers, drones, tools. Ha! They are using it to buy tools that they will use to unalive Nigerians. Okay. Then this soldier, according to Sahara reporters, they stormed Lafiaji Waterworks in Kwara to arrest journalists who exposed uncompleted projects. They are clamping down seriously on dissenting voices in Nigeria.
Your house was demolished in 2023. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes.
Were you compensated?
No.
How did it happen for you back in 2023?
So up to now, I see the back clearly the outside things. With my own money, not borrowed money, not things. With my own money, I worked for. So,
Why was your house demolished?
I am not whatever their business. But one of the things I noticed is that when they came, they didn't come in the working hours.
We don't want that in here. We don't want that in here.
There's a right of way, ma'am. Good morning.
We don't want that in here.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, there's a right of way, ma'am. We are within our rights. Can we go down? Can we go down?
See how the police interrupted that interview? Look at them.
We're live on television. And we will be here in a moment. Not to go ahead. Within our rights. Within our right, ma'am.
Yeah.
But then again,
Within our right.
the police officers, they hear.
Thank you.
Can't even hear what they're saying. They're interrupting. Can you see the police person right here? Can you see? And there was one on the side too, interrupting the question because the guy was asking about the demolition.
With sole arrest. So as we watch this video, I just have a couple of questions for all of us to think about. Why is the media so silent on this? First,
so I can also
let's
see
watch
here
the video.
that the third order says the order of this court, together with the motion of notice, be served on the respondent today, Friday, October the 17th, which was that day. So now you're saying that, or you're claiming that the order was not served as instructed by the court. What happens in law if an order was, if this was to be served on the respondent and they were not served? Does it stop them from carrying out their protest?
Wait, does the media no longer do real reporting? Let me quickly inform Are they just asking obvious questions without digging into facts?
Verifiable, and you had correspondents who covered this protest. That this protest actually took place. Utako, Akpo Mechanic, Gudu Junction. I think some persons went to Transcorp. But these are the places identifiable that this protest actually took place. Places. You can look at the order. You have the order before you. Transcorp was not listed. Look at it. You have the order.
So anyway,
I'm saying that.
My apologies. In addition to your response, the people that the police arrested on the claim of the police,
or should they take a stance when something is clearly not right?
Restricted, is that these persons went to protest in areas that the court has said don't go near those places, anywhere apart from these places?
When it comes to the Nigeria police force, and I say this with all sense of responsibility, and filing charges in court, the police lies for a living. I have seen this case after case. So if they are going to file
God,
a charge on infected information report to say, I mean, it doesn't even make sense. You covered the protest. I'm not saying you covered the protest. Did you see Showore at the villa? Did you see Showore at the Court of Appeal? Did you see Showore at the Eagle Square? But assuming that they even protested at those places, which is a question you asked previously, can they be prosecuted? The answer is no, because the procedure in law for punishing contempt is clear.
Obvious questions
And
without
this
digging
contempt
into
they are
facts
alleging
they saw.
At all.
arises from a civil action.
Girl, welcome
filed
to
by the
Nigeria
same police.
media.
If
They
a party
don't.
disobeys an order of court,
They'll be
the
asking
only authority, the
dumb.
only
That's all they
institution
do.
that has jurisdiction to inquire into the allegation of that disobedience is the court that made that order. How do you do that? You simply file a motion before the court to commit that person to prison. So what the police has done, assuming without considering that the protest actually took place in those places, is resorting to serve help. The judge who made this order has not been informed that his own order has been violated. The police has not taken the steps required by law for the enforcement of that order. So for you to file a charge based on section 152 of the Penal Code that is in respect of property,
I'm telling
if
you,
the property is in
Michael.
your possession or in the
Nani
possession of another
akara
person,
no give.
and the court says don't enter that property or hand over that property and disobey,
Ew.
and you disobey that order, then you can be prosecuted to bring a charge under a section of the law that has no connection with what we are dealing with. It is a sign of executive recklessness. I would have said illiteracy. So, number one, I want to place on record, I am not aware that the order was violated, and I have challenged you. Show me evidence that this order was actually violated. Number two, we cannot even speak about violation because the condition precedent to the applicability and the enforcement of that order, which the court acknowledged in number 3, which you have read, is that that order must be served on the respondents on the 17th of October. They did not serve that order. That order was not effective. That order cannot be said to have been violated. And assuming they even said, I have shown you, I have explained to you, that the correct approach in law is to go
And
back
there you
to the
have
judge
it.
that
You've
made
had the
order.
legal take. Needless talking more. But the question remains, should the media be more than silent observers? What do you think? It's the truth at a time. Take care and have a nice day.
Prince Chiwamba, why are you spamming my comment section now? I said you should have some patience. It doesn't work like that. I have some videos to share. Okay, please. You need to have patience, so Oga, please chill. So anyway, oh, Quatara win again, oh, for Ivory Coast. 82-year Ouattara wins fourth term with 89.77% in Ivory Coast. Meanwhile, they say they don't confirm one body like that when they set up don't confirm say na Paul Biya na him go be president. Hey, egbe. So we move. Do you guys remember this Sunday Jackson, the guy when they're sentenced to buy for self-defense? So let me read what this pastor, I think he's a pastor, I don't know, Sean Nelson, ADF International, say it's been over 6 months since Sunday Jackson's unjust conviction for self-defense against a Fulani attacker was upheld. The governor of Adamawa pardoned 6 others on October 1st, but not Sunday Jackson. He should listen to the dissent from the Supreme Court of Nigeria and pardon him. So we're still pushing for him to be pardoned. Now, this is a Catholic church in Taraba State. This is from the Whistler. Okay, northern Nigeria is crying over renewed terrorist attacks on Christians, says hundreds already displaced in the last day alone. According to the reports, the parish said the attack has led to widespread destruction of farmlands and mass displacement of residents. The parish priest, Very Reverend Father George Dogo, described the situation as disturbing and devastating. As you read this, casualty figures are already accumulating. Every denial of this obvious brazen genocide against Christians, every delay, every deflection emboldens these terrorists. As far as they're concerned, nothing will be done, so time to up the ante. This is why there's renewed attacks even in the midst of a global outcry. They have seen that those who should speak the truth are busy denying the genocide exists just to protect the terrorists. This is why these genocidal murderers are so emboldened now. Watch in the next few days and weeks, you'll see far more attacks on Christians than we've recorded probably in the last 6 to 8 months, because they believe the campaign will lead nowhere. This is what you're making happen when you deny this historic monumental stain on the conscience of humanity. This is from, I think, JC Okechukwu tweet, but the article itself is from the Whistler. Okay, now this is one of my favorite persons, Atedo Peter Side. He's always speaking truth to power. Hey, Ga Walele, welcome. Oh, na Katara, Mona no verse. Wetin I know. No say na night school I go. Okay. Sorry, President Katara. Yeah. Oh. Anyway, billionaire Atedo Peter Side says INEC's conduct under Mahmoud Yakub was a national disgrace. I think he gave an interview, whether it's on Arise News, I don't even know. The guy always speaks truth to power. Always. If Prince get message from Aso Rock, make it tell me, I go bring am up.
Looking at us, we say,
But until then,
these terrorists there, anybody looking at us will say, what is wrong with these people? The other day, told you Bello release 100 people in his custody. 100. For him to release 100, that means there are more with him. He can't release all of them now. The other day when they went to talk with him, he gave them 32.
Watara, okay, sorry.
He gave them 32.
Watara,
So I go and tell your guy, give them this one. But this one, I will keep it for protection.
No, these things are funny, but it happened. In our own country, in our presence, we have the government, we have the military.
The people that said they are very happy, they were attacking him.
And it's a thing that the man is not even Nigerian, we understand, that he's from Nigeria.
They came back and were congratulating everybody. Tinubu, and they were saying, all the defense people, for giving them the opportunity to go and talk to the man, and for the thing we get. What's this, please? Don't read it again. People are listening to us.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. This is a matter of urgency. If the service chiefs are going to go, the two ministers of defense should go too, Bello Mutawale and the other one. Most especially, what is happening in the Ministry of Defense. The office of that Mutawale now is now like a meeting point for Zamfara APC. I'm not sure that's ever happened in the Ministry of Defense. And we want to understand what is the circumstances behind the sacking of the Chief of Defense Staff, Christopher Musa. I really want to understand that. And even the Ministry of Defense have not posted the picture of the new Chief of Defense Staff. Instead, they posted the picture of Christopher Musa with a sad emoji. That's to tell you, even within the armed forces, there is problem. Just so you know, Boko Haram are now attacking the Nigerian military with drones. Do you know what that means? Not kamikaze drones that would go and crash and bomb, or no. I'm talking about precision drones that you can actually send them with bombs to go and drop and go back to where they came from. Drones that can actually travel 50 kilometers. Those are the type of drones that Boko Haram are using. The recent attack in the Maiduguri-Yobe road that Boko Haram did on the Nigerian army, that 6 soldiers lost their lives, another 6 were terribly injured. Before those guys went for the attack, Bulama Bukarti said from reliable sources, the guys told their information which that particular military base that Boko Haram are going to attack 3 hours before they came, and they even with that information, they still defeated the Nigerian military. But the only good thing that the Nigerian military did was they did not allow them to get into that particular base. That was the only thing that they did. If not, Boko Haram, they were very technical in this attack. including landmines, to the extent that after the attack, they had to pause commuting on that road to get hold of the remaining landmines that those guys have planted. These guys are using heavy weaponry, even much more advanced than that of the Nigerian military. Every Nigerian should be worried. Every Nigerian should be concerned. But, well, I think the sacking of the service chiefs is more of a political move. It has nothing to do with the security problem of the country. There is nothing to do with the security problem of the country. It's a political move. There are skirmishes around that there's going to be a coup, this, that. But it's not. To me, I stand to be corrected. You see, this chief of defense staff has been one of the best chief of defense staff we've had in a while. Yes, General Christopher Musa. And now his videos are just surfacing of some of the very, very technical and critical observations he have had on how to combat terrorism. So when is this going to end? If Boko Haram now has the impetus and guts and the audacity, before they went for the attack, they went to a village and gave the people rice to cook for them. They cooked the rice, they ate the rice before they went for the attack. That's to tell you how they have underestimated the strength of the Nigerian military.
Okay.
This is a cause for alarm. Nigerians have to be worried. We have to be worried. Because if now Boko Haram can just sit in the comfort of their zone and send drones with bombs, there is a problem with the security architecture of the country. The people that are supposed to protect the territorial integrity of the nation have been subdued due to heavy weaponry. What is the way forward? Peace and blessings.
Oh, meanwhile, task force, they came in with thugs to brutalize Omoroshoki residents for resisting illegal demolition. We can see them. AB, hello. You don't very chair before now. You come out. Hello again. Welcome.
Follow. Follow my people. Yes.
One second, guys. Let me quickly bear with me for a minute here. AB, you go another place, go listen to MC Hammer. Sorry. Now this one na important pass right now to me. Because people lives are at stake. You know what it means? Make person life dey at stake. Omo, I'm sorry, oh. I'm sorry. Until we get it right. Sorry, oh. Music, you can't even play music on you cannot play music on YouTube. You know, so they go take down the video. So sorry about that. It's not gonna happen. One second, guys. I'm almost done here. Okay. This is wild. Can you imagine just observing and watching how they are demolishing somebody's property? Hey, God.
If you kill and they go. They go to our people.
Electoral reforms. Nigerians, open your ear, listen and follow these people. Put maximum pressure upon these people. Make them not get rest until they do the right thing. Because if 2027 election go good, the people will go lay the legal framework foundation na them. And if Nigeria go run mad 2027, the first people will go crazy now these people before the full country go crazy join them. Because Nigeria problem, I don't research them, I don't understand them now. The problem with Nigeria be say only one group of people they craze. Other people they try to do normal to fix the craze. And for Nigeria to work, because politicians don't craze, they don't turn law enforcement to craze, judiciary to craze. So if you want to fix Nigeria, everybody must come together and craze once, because we're laughing with it. So just follow these people and mount the necessary pressure upon them. House committee deal, but use the Senate committee as a point in contact. Number one, the chairman of that committee is Senator Simon Bako Lalong, Plateau South Senatorial District, former governor of Plateau State, former minister for labor, former speaker, Plateau State House of Assembly. Senator Lalong, you are Lalong, go not behave like Lashoto. May God use you now. The burden of proof must move from petitioner to
welcome, Kene.
We don't want judicial technicality. So, number two, Senator Abdulaziz Musa Yaraduav is the vice chairman, Katsina Central. You are the younger brother to our late former president, Umaru Yaradua. We love our former president. You have a name to protect. Oh. A lot of una there for that Senate will be like ghost senators. Nobody they hear una voice. You are vice chairman of Electoral Reform Committee, and we have not been hearing from you, Senator Yaradua. Okay, oh. Senator Henry Seriaki Dixon, Bayelsa West, we they hear your voice, so our dear senator, we they follow you. But as you they talk, so the talk must become action, because we know Nigeria Senate, it be like secret court, it be like coven. By the time they don't talk, for midnight, they go come out the one way they go come out, put the one way they go put, to put loopholes for politicians to start their own calisthenics. Senator Ede Dafinon, a Delta Central, Senator Adam Saliu Oshomole, a Donut, comrade. You there for Senate now. You say make politicians no rig election. We want to see working from the electoral act where we go pass. So, Senator Aniek Kambasi, Akwa Ibom North East, Senator David Jimkuta, Taraba South. Senator David, you say you've been the Okada man before you become senator. Since you become senator, you not even try. We never see you working on how to help other Okada people so that them too go have a good life for this country. This is your own opportunity.
Hey,
Yami, welcome. In next agenda, now to see how all other poor people they go die. Senator David Jimkuta, help Nigeria.
Abemona double tap to like
Senator Salim
those who don't like, I thank you.
Senator Ibrahim Lamido Sokoto is Senator Wasil Sani Eshilokun, Senator Eshilokun Lagos Central. All right, we they follow now. Senator Schreiber for Labi Salisu Ogun Central, Senator Akpana Kongsa
Samson, Akwa Ibom South, Senator Mpigi Barinada, Rivers South East, Senator Yaro Binis Dawuda, Adamawa South, Senator Tony Okechukwu Nwoye, Dr. Tony. We not come to hear from, we not understand the movement when they move for that National Assembly. We not consider the benefit of why you people are in the Senate and in this committee. We want free and fair election. Senator Ibrahim Hassan Dakwambo, former governor of Gombe State, former accountant general of the Federation. You are a former governor, you enter Senate, you are in a committee like this, but we are not hearing from you. Gombe North Senatorial District, Senator Ibrahim Hassan Dakwambo, what do you people have to lose to come out and speak on Nigeria to be better, for Nigerians to have free and fair election? Senator, we want to hear from you. Senator Payemi Michael Bamidele, Senator Payemi, allow God to use your daddy. You are a lawyer. You say you are a human rights activist. You know what it means for free and fair election. Not beyond this masquerade dance. So when they dance for that Senate, you are the Senate leader. Nigerian youths do not want shenanigans. We want to vote for our leaders, and our vote must count. Senator Okpeyemi, ni damu. Senator Yisa Oyelola Ashiru Kwara South. Senator Onyeso Orwell here at your Rivers East. Senator Oju Zokalu, Abia North, you are an ancestor, former governor, since after governor, you did National Assembly. You are in this committee, we not hear your voice, so Senator Oju Zokalu is all right, continue. Senator Kelvin Chukwu Enugu East, you know the work where they send you to go do there. If you like, do another work. Nigerians will be waiting for all of you in 2027. Senator Ahmed Abdul Ningi Bauchi Central. Senator Isa Jibrin Kogi East. Senator Oyewumi Kamarudin Olalere Oshun West. Senator Ipinsagba Emmanuel Olajide Ondo North. Senator Fasiu Cyril Oluyole North. Senator Adebomre Ayodele, you are a senior advocate of Nigeria from Ondo Central. You know what it means to have strong laws to govern elections and to ensure that the electoral umpire is held accountable and they do the right thing. But when they there, when they move like this, with the observe the pressure they come now. Senator Nwankwo Joel Thomas, Delta South. Senator Mohammed Adamu Aliero, former minister for FCT from KB Central. Senator Adamu Aliero, una just quiet. What are your plans? Is it that people want them to rig election again? You know how your election was, so you defeated the incumbent governor then, Bagudu, to come to the Senate. Now you know they talk anything, make elections better. Senator Adamu Aliero, we are expecting to hear from you. Senator, the last but not the least, Senator Ireti Hiba Kingibe. Mommy, with the use eye of elder, they look you too. Senator Ireti FCT. You are in the Senate Committee on Electoral Reform. We even came for the public hearing. More than half of you, almost all of you were not there, just a few. Una go they claim say una dey busy. We not know the work where una they do apart from this policy making work where they make una dey busy. That thing where they make una dey busy, we go soon find out. Senator Ireti, we want to see you people passing bills, electronic transmission of result, mandatory use of electronic technology, independent candidacy, appointment of INEC chairman. We want to see it in the final bill. Not be say una go they sing another song when they play blues for us later on. The chairperson of the House Committee on Electoral Reform is Prince Adebayo Balogun. Prince, Senator Lalong, Nigerians are looking forward to hearing from you. As soon as they consider this bill, we go monitor una like witchcraft until the end of this bill, until it is passed. Then we begin to mobilize to protect our vote, because 2027, our vote must count. Anyhow, when I want to men mount, we pin. Nigerians, follow them up, shadow them and put the pressure, because if Nigeria go better, the National Assembly go start. God bless Nigeria. My name is Peter for Nigeria.
Hey, Nigeria, we hail thee. Okay. So you guys listen to this video.
There's something I want to share with you guys, and it might just be very hard for some of you to watch, but I think you need to watch it. I'm only sharing this just to amplify this so that more people get to know what is happening, and more people get to hear this, and probably the right people are also going to still hear it and then spread it across. That is why I'm sharing this. I'm still not able to watch the whole video, but just watch. This is about Reverend Ezekiel. Just listen to what Reverend Ezekiel is saying that is happening, that they are experiencing. Just listen.
For me to tell the people the last story, let me give you this story. In our areas, who men would came and say, come up to their wife. Before you, they will naked your wife and have sex with her. And go back to their territory. Go down. They will shoot power. And there's nothing. The woman, this is the last story. There's a woman that the Fulani man caught her on her farm. He wanted to force her to rape her, but she said no. God gave her the strength to resist that man, and she rushed out back home. And when she came, she told her husband, this is what happened on the farm. And you know what happened to the devil of fear that we are inside? It's only those that are in Christ. The husband said, why didn't you give me about Jesus? You want me to be alive? This man will kill me. Let us go back. They went to Ruga and he planned. And he asked him, I learned there's a misunderstanding. And you know what the plan is? I wanted to have sex with her, but she refused. And I told her that I will never forgive her. Any day that I see her in that house, I will kill her. And you know what happened? The man was shivering, he was on his knees, begging the Fulani. And he told the man that if you want me to forgive and forgive your wife, let me have sex with your wife. Yeah. And the man was begging the wife. Say, how many minutes will it do? Just give him for our life. Remember our children. Don't you want to see us alive? The woman in pain, a God-fearing woman. The man removed his trouser, his pants, and lowered his penis into that woman. She was crying in pain. After the man has released.
I don't think I want to hear any more of this. This thing is already triggering me as I'm listening to it. But you guys get the gist. But the long and short of it is that they're threatening this man's life because he has been very outspoken. So they've threatened his life and his life is in danger. Okay. So this is all the video that I have for today. Prince, you've been trying to get in the studio. Now I have to play the videos before, I bring people on to speak. So you have the floor now, Prince. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Give me 1 second.
Oh. 2. Okay. So anyway, my people, so that's it. It's crazy.
Okay. So I'm hearing reports of the of the Kenyan. I think the Kenyan, the president in Kenya talking about the Amandi Kanu situation. I think it's good that other African countries are talking about it.
Yeah, I'm listening to you.
Yeah, but I don't think it's verified yet. So I think we got to wait and see, about that.
Oh yeah, okay. It's not verified. I haven't seen it in any other major news, so I don't know how. So that's why I said allegedly. So with time, we would know for a fact if the Kenyan president really means it and if he's really going to go through with it.
Yep.
Was that what you wanted to say?
Yes.
Okay. For somebody that was disturbing in the comment section, I thought you had a message from the president, from Donald Trump and Tinubu at the same time, or someone that wanted to get in the studio so bad. Hey, me, I was waiting to come and hear gist. Oh yeah, sure. I already shared the link. Let me see if I can highlight the. Okay, let me share it again. I'll share it again, Mr. Nat. Let me see. Okay.
Do you think Tinubu and Trump will ever meet in person?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's hard to tell with politics. I would say I don't think so, but I don't. To be honest, I don't know for sure if they would meet. I don't know if Trump will meet him. No, Trump doesn't hold back. If you meet Tinubu, he's gonna. I don't know if Tinubu will have the balls to meet through Trump, because Trump will probably tell him to his face. So I don't know.
I would support that, because if Buhari would travel to America to meet Trump, then I would support the Tinubu with Trump. You know.
Well, we'll see what happens if he actually does. Uh, if he does, make it to. I mean, I don't know what difference it will make. By the way, I saw something. I don't know. I saw something and let me see. Let me pull it up. Actually, you guys should tell me, what does halal mean, Biko? Because I saw your president and let me pull it up. No, actually, where is it? It's here. Uh, the federal government of Nigeria welcomes you to the launch of the Nigeria National Halal Economy Strategy. Please, what is that? Abemona, educate me for comment section. What is that? What is halal? Halal not be Muslim word, not be wetin that they use be that. So why it enter? It say a pathway to 1 trillion economy. For what? I mean, I don't understand. What are they trying to say? Is there a hidden message in all of this that we are not sure of yet? Eh?
Halal is likely a misspelling of the word halal, which is an Arabic word meaning permissible or lawful.
That's what it's a federal. It's
So
on a federal government thing. But Nigeria is a secular state. Why are we using the word halal? I don't understand why the word even at all appearing for something that they're holding. They say they're holding is economic strategy. Why use the word halal? Why? It's almost like they're subtly putting it in the face of Nigerians so that they can get used to it. These are things that you call out because this government is very tricky. They're extremely tricky. They're using those words, they're throwing it in gradually. And I hear that this man is going to borrow again from the Arab people. He's going to borrow more money. We don't know how much he has borrowed. Now he comes, he's saying, we welcome you to the launch of the Nigerian National Halal Economy. What is that strategy? A pathway to 1 trillion economy. Eh? Oriyomi?
I think Islam is destroying Nigeria and also the whole entire Africa. It's not doing any good for Africa.
They are destroying the country and they are destroying the people. All the black people that go to work in all these Arab countries, it's stories of woes, stories of destruction, all they have to share. Some of them don't even survive it. Hey God. I saw a video of somebody that said, we have not even started talking about the Arab slave trade, which was more brutal than the Oyibo slave trade. Yeah, Oriyomi, at least we had vice president was Christian or president was Christian. This time around, it's Muslim, so they are doing as they like. They are inviting. Go ahead.
Once Muslims get into power, they don't want to give up their power.
You know what I mean? They're inviting people from, they're inviting people to come and meet Arab Muslim soldiers in the Nigerian army. I mean, does it make any sense? Muslim Defense Force. I mean, come on, guys. These people are doing it right in front of your faces. When they do it, once they do it in your faces, it's kind of, when you are quiet about it, that means you accept what they're trying to do. That's what it is. I hear what you say, Oriyomi, that we have Arabic on. They even have Arabic. Don't they have Arabic inscription on the national eagle or whatever somewhere, and on the currency? Yeah, you're right. Exactly. Logo of Nigeria Army has Arabic. So they've been small doing it. This is the time for us to shout about stuff like that. We can't be quiet because these people, if we're quiet, that means you accept what they are saying. You accept what they are doing. That's what that means. Eh? Halal economy versus haram economy. Me, I don't know. Eh? I don't know. It's crazy. Eh?
It's just their way of pushing Islam, you know.
Yeah, they're subtly pushing it. That's the thing. They're using words like they're putting it in your faces so you get used to it. So by the time they come full force, you don't have much. Eh? You're having issues. Okay, hold on. Let me try. That's weird. It was a link I shared with you that used to come in, right? Um Prince, right?
Yes.
That's weird. Okay. Hold on, oh, Mr. Let me see. That's weird. Okay, I'm gonna try and share it again, oh. Maybe you didn't copy it all through. So I've just shared it again, oh. Mr. Nat. Let me see if I can. Welcome, Tata Awo. Let me see. So-called Christians always accept anything. They believe that progress can be made through concessions. Our former president registered our country into Organization of Islamic Countries, BAM. I think Obasanjo also, now Obasanjo give them the right to have Sharia law in Nigeria. Obasanjo. Eh? You see what your leaders have done, have turned Nigeria into. Let me see if I can check this thing. It's the same thing. Yeah, that's it right there. Hopefully you can get in, Mr. Nat. I don't know. Maybe you can try it on your Chrome or something. I don't know what to say. You know? There was this interview I was going to play. Let me see if I can play that interview. Meanwhile, while we're waiting for Mr. Nat to come in. What's this guy's name? Atedo Peter side, yes. I want to. Obasanjo is scared. What is it? What are his tears going to do? Eh? Is it not too late? The head is already gone. Obasanjo cost us a lot of problem. I'm sorry. Eh? You go and allow Islam. Look at what is happening in Nigeria now. I'm glad that he's old enough to be witnessing all the mistakes that they've made. All these old people that we have in Nigeria. Eh? Yeah, Sowore has been released. He has been released, but he says he's going back to. It gives me option of report of. That is weird, though. Me, I don't. I don't know what to say, because it's the same link now that I sent to Prince and that he used. Let me see. Invite. See, I'm now. Okay, well, let me see. I don't know what to tell you. This is weird. This is super weird. Let's see. Yeah, he's such, I mean, I appreciate the man, honestly. I really do. Okay. I've shared it again, oh. Mr. Nat, I don't know. Maybe try using your Chrome to get in, type it on your Google Chrome or something. I don't know what to say. It shouldn't be. I don't know. I don't know why it's not letting you come in. I can't explain what's going on. Okay, I was going to go to the interview. I think he's the only elite that I have respect for. To be honest, he's about the only one that I have respect for. The others, they don't speak the truth. They're just about their money. Or everybody they talk about money, money, money. How they want to chop clean mouths. How they want to monopolize. That's all they think about. Okay? So hold on. Let me bring it here so we can. You think it's on your end? Okay. I can give you the phone number to call in if you're still having trouble. Let me know, Mr. Nat, so I can give you the number to call in.
The Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors, NARD, has announced plans to commence an indefinite nationwide strike starting November 1, 2025, following the expiration of the ultimate letter issued to the Nigerian government.
The presidential villa where President Bola Tinubu today for the very first time has met with the new service chiefs in a closed-door meeting. Although the reason for the meeting is not,
Oh, sorry.
The fact remains that this is going to be the.
Oh. Okay.
The fact remains that this is going to be the very first meeting the president will be having with the new service chiefs since he appointed them and had a reshuffling of the service chiefs rank. And today, some of those who were in attendance, the Chief of Defense Staff, General Olufemi Oluyede, the Chief of Air Staff, Vice Marshal Kennedy Aneke, the Chief of Naval Staff, Rear Admiral Idi Abbas, and the Chief of Army Staff, Major General Waidi Shaibu. So tonight, let's focus our attention on major issues that pertains to the progress and the development of our country. And so tonight, I will be speaking with an elder statesman and a very prominent voice in the business and civic reform community, Mr. Atedo Peterside. He's the founder of Stanbic IBTC Bank and the president of the ANAP Foundation. He will be examining for us the state of the nation, the state of the Nigerian economy, the call for electoral reform as we have elections coming in, a new leadership in INEC, and the state of Nigeria's democracy, from the judiciary to free speech, and even economic realities driving what has now become a phenomenon, the Japa wave.
Mr. Adedo, Peter side, thank you so much indeed for joining us tonight.
Good evening.
I appreciate your time. I'd like to begin a conversation around perhaps one of the most important aspects of governance in this country, which is security. You saw what the president has just done in the last few days. What is
Tata Awo, what is the problem? Who are liars? Who are the liars? Who are you calling liars? What is going on, Tata? Are you fighting with someone in the comment section? Because I keep seeing your comments over and over again. What's up? Eh? Nigeria and Nigerians. Okay, you are Nigerian too now. So are you saying you're a liar as well? Eh? Because this tears is too much, oh. Eh? You're centralized. What do you mean centralized? I don't understand. Eh? What's going on? Let's talk about it. What's up? What's all that? Abi, is it not the same Nigeria that we are all fighting for? I don't understand. Eh? Please come and express. Come into the studio and come and rant. This one that you're in comment section, I'm just seeing your comment back to back, back to back. Let's say you dey fight with person for comment section. Oga, take am easy o. Make this country no come give person. This country fit make person sick in case you no know. Eh? E go make you sick. You don't need it. You can only do so much. Now the fight we dey fight for the country, so you understand? We no fit do pass like this. Eh? So anyway, let me go back and let's continue this.
We need to work things out.
You know, the state of the security, I'm not a security expert, but to me, the way to measure whether something has improved is to ask yourself sincerely, Sheon, which parts of the country are you prepared to do a road journey without armed military escorts? Last week, I drove from Akure to Ondo. People were begging me not to drive from Akure to Ondo. I said, why? I don't know if you saw somebody said there was some leaked DSS.
Mr. Nat, you need to come into the studio. I think we're going to do this. Hold on one second. Let me see what I can do here.
And all that.
Is it your system that's preventing you from entering the studio, Nat? What exactly are you experiencing? What's the problem? Let me know if I can. Are you on your phone or your computer? Okay, Tata, you say you are not a member of anything, right? Okay, no problem. But it just be like say, you dey quarrel with person. I know say Nigeria matter, dey frustrate person. I mean, I get it, All of us when we dey here, we are association of angry Nigerians. You understand? But it come be like say your own level come dey high pass our own somehow. Eh? Tato, I'm sorry, I'm not laughing at you. I just want me you take am easy, make you breathe in, take am easy. Do you understand? On your phone, are you with maybe try entering through the computer, through your laptop? Do you have your laptop with you? Okay, you've been on social media since 2015. The world knows you. Okay, well, that's good. I understand. Do you understand? I understand your outrage. Trust me, I do. And a lot of us here get it. We're all feeling it. Oh, you are not at home. Oh, okay. You know what? Let me post the number to call so that you can come and give us your take. Okay, let me see. Let me post the number to call since you're unable to make it to the studio. Let's see. Okay. Oh, so let's continue with the video in the meantime.
So when people keep on saying that things have improved, do they actually go out and travel and test it? It's almost as if the number of places you can conveniently drive from one town to another is shrinking all the time.
Yep.
Okay, years ago you couldn't go and drive around rural Borno State, but now it's then Zamfara joined. Now it's parts of parts of Yobe. Now we're talking all the way down to Kogi, Ondo State, and all that. So I'm just giving you real life examples. So have things really improved? 10 years ago, would anybody have told you not to drive from Akure to Ondo? So that's the way I measure things. I'm not saying I'm right.
Let's look at the economy of security, and if you do a comparative analysis of the sheer number and the population of the people of this country, and the amount spent on security, would you say that is sufficient?
Hello, my name is Adam Ferrari, the Chief Executive Officer of Phoenix Energy. I look forward to you joining us at our next investor webinar.
You know, I focus more on, I don't like looking at just numbers in aggregate. Probably the lion's share of that so-called security vote is spent on armed escorts for big men. Is that security really? That is really using the state to finance an expenditure that most people should be using their own money for. So people say we have so many how many thousand policemen? How many of them are actually involved in policing? Sometimes you see one political heavyweight or even a businessman sometimes. Let's be fair. It's not just the politicians. See a businessman going for a hamburger, and there are about 20 or 30 policemen escorting him. So what kind of country are we trying to build? I'm not saying people should not be entitled to some escort if they're going to a dangerous place. But it cannot be that we recruit policemen in large numbers and all we use them for is not to protect the entire populace, but to protect a narrow segment, probably the top 100,000 people or the top 500,000. And that is something that I think we'll recall throughout this discussion. The problem in Nigeria today is not so much the aggregate.
Abemona double tap to like if you are not yet liked.
Is actually being used to protect or feather the nest or pamper or encourage or spoil the top 1 million people. So large sums of money are being voted for 220 million people. But it's being captured by an elite 1 million or an elite 500,000. That is the real problem. And it's not just insecurity. In several areas, it's the same problem.
So you look at, you track back in the last 3-4 years, and just in the year that the president came into office, statistics on security show that things slowed down and crime rates fell dramatically into the very first year of the president. But things got bad again, sometimes in part of this year. And there are those who will say there are a lot of efforts that have been made. But it comes to the question of what has been an age-long debate in this country about our constitution and the argument and debate over state policing. It does look like it's been mouthed, but no traction.
Since the 2014 National Conference, I've voted in favor of state policing. People talk about state policing as if it's supposed to replace federal policing. No. It's different levels of policing, federal, state, and even possibly community. Exactly. The idea is that they all operate alongside. The truth is that without state policing and community policing, I've said it repeatedly, very difficult to deploy somebody from Adamawa or Zamfara to Akwa Ibom and expect him to resolve local crime. All over the world, the reason why policing is local is that the policeman himself has been in that community for years. Even when you mention some crimes, he's already able to narrow it down to possibly 10 or 8 suspects. He knows them, he can ask them, he can almost begin to narrow down things immediately. He has local knowledge. So we cannot do policing properly and wipe out local knowledge. Whatever you're afraid of
you can mitigate. I'm not going to pretend that I don't know there are some dangers. People worry, oh, if you have state level policing. Yeah, but if you still have the federal army. So you still have the federal police. In America, there's an FBI.
But the fear of the hijack by the state government.
Yes, but
and you see the politicking that happened.
Yes, but
your state, Rivers State.
Yes,
I mean, you see the kind of politics that could happen at state level.
But let's be careful. The point I'm making is that we're not talking about either or. We're saying alongside. So there will still be, should still be. It's like in the US now, we're talking about National Guard, FBI, Trump trying to deploy National Guard, people are protesting. In our own case, in any case, it's even different. There's no argument as to whether the president can deploy the federal police because he is already doing so. We were saying that since the federal police is deploying, it cannot resolve local crimes, cannot resolve kidnapping, cannot resolve armed robbery. Then let a different layer be there alongside. Let me just give you one example. What they talk about state policing. Take the riverine area. Somebody told me the other day that a thief was being chased by supposed police. He ran, he jumped into the water. The police didn't go after him into the water because they can't swim. If it was a community policeman, he jumped into the water, the police jumped into the water after you as well, and he continued.
Exactly.
I can give examples galore. You cannot remove local knowledge, from policing.
Here we go again, another day, another can.
The old way of preparing for disasters is broken. Stockpiling.
And also, when you have local knowledge you get better informants. People have connections, they have families, so they can get information more easily. People are even afraid in Nigeria to give information, to be informants. Because you're giving information to a stranger. The fear is that he will not keep your own name confidential. So our policing is handicapped. Let me venture into an area where I'm not an expert, but people say, I believe Chad has been better able to deal with Boko Haram than Nigeria. Amongst other, not because they have more money, but because it looks as if there is trust there, informants are taken seriously, and information is acted upon. So Boko Haram find it difficult to operate in Chad. Nigeria is a lot easier for them. Perhaps things have changed, but that was what it was some years ago. And it's not because they have more resources. Police need informants. You need all that, infrastructure. Community must trust the police and live well with them.
Yeah, there are those who say the decision of the president to change the guard, as far as the top brass in the military is concerned, is an audacious move in realization of the thing. There are challenges, and there needs an urgent way to tackle them.
I'm always skeptical about fundamental changes, believing they will come about simply by changing personnel at the top. That's not even unique to the military or to armed forces. It's general. I think there's more to solving an endemic problem than just personnel change at the top. Something is fundamentally wrong. Some problems are systemic. Changing one man may not solve the problem. I don't put so much faith. I don't want to say I have no faith in the new service chiefs. I'm just saying that if all we're relying on is removing Mr. A and putting Mr. B, I'm not very confident.
What do you think?
How many times have we changed service chiefs?
What do you think?
In your adult life?
Yeah.
You answer the question for once.
No, but there's
just count. And what has changed in the past?
What do you think will work better for us?
It's what I've said.
Securing, apart from state policing, and the president has promised that in his campaign, he said there will be more boots on the ground.
So, I think, I don't want to dwell too much on security because I'm not an expert, but I think what I'm saying is that let's do something different. Let's bring in what has been missing, which is the other levels of policing alongside whatever boots on the ground is talking about, commanded or controlled by federal. That's what I'm talking about. And I'm not alone in that. In any case, some time ago, I believe even this government, I heard them make positive noises about state policing. What have they done since then? They pronounce something and they do nothing. Thereafter,
it doesn't look like you're confident about the state of security. What about the state of the economy? That's your strength area. If you look at things over the last 2.5 years or more, how would you describe the trajectory of our economic journey?
I would say some important reform measures were taken early. It's important to recognize that. But let's be very careful. Those are the types of reforms that you could do in 24 hours. That is, you cannot, and indicate that's what happened. Forget about how long it took in the foreign exchange market. There was a particular day that the central bank governor told banks they should buy and sell dollars, willing buyer, willing seller. 24 hours later, the market had changed. Likewise with petroleum price. Whether you like the president's style or not, you can deregulate in one day and manage the fallout. So you did those things early. But I think the rest of the actions that some of us always thought should accompany the regulation of petrol prices and so on has not been flowing through. So the result is that I think poverty, we have thrown many people into poverty. And more, it looks as if more and more people are being thrown into poverty. I honestly don't know how many Nigerians are able to live. When I look at the sum total of the income that comes their way in a month, and what they seem to require to even feed themselves and alone, much less their families. So what is it that's missing? When I was the keynote speaker when the Nigerian Economic Summit turned 25, at the time I was advocating for...
California, the whole nation is counting on you. Republicans want to steal enough seats in Congress to rig the next election and wield unchecked power for 2
for fuel price deregulation. But one of the accompanying measures I mentioned at the time was that as soon as you're doing that, I was saying there should be proper, what I would say, scientific and proper handouts to the poorest of the poor. And with the national ID card we have, everybody has NIN. The national ID card is actually a payment-enabled instrument. So some of us thought that simultaneously, even if you were delivering 10,000 to every adult, even if it was 15,000, 15,000 is better than zero. I know they say they've been making payments, but nobody understands who gets payment and who doesn't. When I go to my village, everybody tells me they didn't get 1 naira. So I keep on wondering, who are you making these payments to? Of course, there probably is different in some other parts of the country. But I'm saying that I would have preferred a case where, with the national ID card, with everybody who are the name, you know, the only people you are leaving out are those who definitely have an income, they are paying tax, and they have pensions and things like that. The rest who's on the face of it seem to have nothing. Give them a scientific payment, 10,000, 15, what have you. You see, the difference between people say, oh, those amounts are trivial. But for an unemployed person, it's better than zero. And let me also tell you something about economics. Do you know that you can give somebody 10,000 naira, 15,000 naira. 20 years from now, you can become the next Aliko Dangote. Wealth creation is about knowing how to take 10,000 naira and convert it to 15,000. And then you take 15 and you convert to 20. And 20 to 30. If you keep on doing that non-stop, that compounded growth rate, people get out of poverty. But what instead we had was, having taken those draconian measures which were required, fuel price deregulation, market
Unification of the windows, yeah.
We had solved the federal government, even before then, the Senate, House of Rep, buying luxury SUVs for themselves. Some of us shouted and said, excuse me, even in 2012, when Nigeria was going through an economic boom, The cars that were bought for those senators and House of Rep members was a Toyota Camry. Now, in the midst of hardship, they've gone for luxury SUVs. I didn't hear the president complain. I'm not saying he was in charge of it, but I didn't hear him complain. I think some of us thought if you were going to take measures that will inflict so much hardship, the leadership themselves, executive, legislature, should be part of it. What did we see next? Jamborees and foreign trips. 400 people going to one country, 500. So it's almost as if what has happened is that the purpose for those actions was to also improve the government's finances. The result is that at different levels, including state government, LGAs, they're getting a lot more revenue. But what are they doing with the revenue? The bulk of them are squandering it. So the purpose of all those reforms was to bring more revenue to government, who would now use that money judiciously to improve healthcare, education. But that's not happening.
But I mean,
it's not only federal.
They say the states are collecting more.
That's what I'm saying.
So
what is the point of people collecting more? And then when one governor is going to the airport, uses the money for 80 cars to accompany him, all burning fuel. Is that what the money is for?
But I mean, the question I like to ask is, I mean, especially for those of you who are in the know and who knows the economics very well, is whether or not, yes, the president said these are tough decisions. There will be initial pain, but there will be gain in the end of the day. The assurance I like my viewers to get on this program is whether or not the hardship that we're experiencing, there is already a light at the end of the tunnel. Do you see the light?
That's the point I'm making.
Do you see the light?
It is true that there could be pain first and gain later. But that gain comes from efficient spending. That gain comes from a series of parallel actions. Go back and even go on the internet and check in 2012 when we were discussing removing petrol subsidy. If you notice, there was talk about simultaneously implementing the report of Orosoye, streamlining government agencies, reducing waste and all that. Yeah, the government wakes up one day, they pay lip service to Orosoye report, they disappear. They go on spending money in the lavisely. Each time the president is traveling, about 400 of them take vehicles from all over the place, burning fuel to accompany him or to receive him, just showing waste all over the place. So the point I'm making is that that gain coming is going to come if you were simultaneously eliminating waste in government spending, using the money judiciously to improve infrastructure, both physical, social, the whole lot. Secondly, also,
if you're turning 65 or beyond, you're going to want to watch this.
We were supposed to be doing a whole series of things to make the economy more attractive for investors. You have to make sure that the investors are getting confidence. What I see increasingly is that this economy only works for a few people. So what we have is that if we're not careful, the most likely result is that the GDP will grow, but in terms of income distribution, it will be the very rich getting richer and the poor getting poorer. And if you go and check the numbers, a larger number of people are being thrown into poverty every day.
And the threat on the disposable income.
Yes. So
and the capacity to be able to purchase.
Yes. So the point I'm making is that the purpose of all this was to improve the livelihoods of 220 million Nigerians. So it's not enough to just achieve some GDP growth, the very rich get richer and the poor get poorer.
If you were President Tinubu, what would you be doing now?
I already told you.
It's a tough call.
I also told you that even when I gave that speech 5 years ago, I mentioned I would do cash transfers across the nation.
They've done over 300 billion, as so they say.
But to who and who did they leave out? Why do you leave out some poor people?
Exactly.
I don't get it. Give everybody this even if it's a flat amount. So at least then whoever does not get his own can complain.
Wouldn't that trigger inflation? When you throw those kind of money into
No. Sorry. They claim they're spending almost the same now, or a large sum anyway. Inflation created by spending money that you have. That's not correct. Inflation typically comes from the type you're thinking about. If you're printing money when you don't have resources. Here, the government has gotten the resources, like you said.
Yeah.
State governments have more money, LGAs have more money. But instead of using the money to improve the life of the people, it is being captured by the elite.
Are we out of the woods?
We are not, because the biggest threat is corruption and state capture. So what I mean is that these measures increase the revenue coming in. But if the revenue is just being stolen, then you're back to square one. So that saying that, what I call state capture is that people are progressively making arrangements so that they capture a larger share of that revenue. And it's only a narrow elite getting that benefit.
Do you have a feeling that there's a high level corruption going on at the moment?
Of course. Everybody
What
has that
do you
feeling.
think, Sheung?
Everybody has
You
that
know
feeling.
the
If you don't
Siam.
believe me, many of them elevated to that position by systems that allowed merit. So their fathers got a position, they got a position. When they got to that place, instead of them to also have a level playing field and open the doors for other people, they basically removed the ladder and started manipulating and rigging everything.
Exactly.
So therefore, if you are a judge, the judges will ensure that only their own children become judges.
Exactly.
How did they become judges in the first instance?
Hey!
If those
Speak,
only appointed their
sir,
own children, would they be there? So what's happening is that, that's why I call it state capture. Too many people are shamelessly manipulating and rigging things so that only a narrow elite benefits. Even, let's talk about judiciary. Do you honestly think, haven't you heard about cases where all of a sudden, even a judge who is on holiday is issuing judgments or issuing orders in 24 hours, 48 hours? We have a judicial system that is disgraced in the sense that only an influential and wealthy person can get accelerated hearing. My father had a case from start to finish, High Court in Rivers State to Supreme Court. It was a case in Opobo town involving chieftaincy. You know how long it took? 23 years. Go and check. 23 years. Now, perhaps if he was willing to bribe judges, bribe registrars. So we have a whole judicial system that only functions for some people. That's why some people have the confidence. I can tell you, they can even tell you that tomorrow they will obtain an injunction. Your own case, you bring a case. If you're a poor man, forget it. So the epic is like we're rigging every sector turn by turn. And then you say that's a reform. What is the reform in that? You're destroying various sectors one by one.
Let's take a break, Mr. Peterside. We'll be right back. There's so much more to talk about on the state of the nation, the way forward for our country. Our conversation with Mr. Atedo Peterside after this break. Let us.
He has said it all. There's nothing to add. That's all I wanted to hear. That's it. The man has spoken everything. He don't talk everything finished. Nothing to add. Honestly. There's nothing to add though. I beg. No need. Now the only elite for Nigeria when they talk through, now be this. The only elite.
Spend 5 hours a week meal prepping. Factor's delicious dinner. I used to spend 5 hours.
The only elite. Prince, did you want to add something? I'm going to be rounding up. Welcome,
Yes.
Chris.
I was saying, if they put Trump as president in Nigeria and they take Tinubu and put him in the U.S., I think Nigeria would be much better by now. You know.
You think so? I don't know about that too. I don't know about that, but okay, all right, that's your thought. Chris Okoje, you said all is noise making. Which one are you doing? If all is noise making, please tell me which one. What are you doing? So that there will be less noise making, and which one are you doing? What part do you fit in? Tell us what you're doing. Tell us. What are you doing? What role are you playing? So that it's not just talk, but action. Which action are you taking? Share with us. Let's learn. Let's learn from you. Let's learn from you now that you have action. Oh yeah, tell us. This is the only man that is speaking the truth. in Nigeria, among all the elites, the only Peter Atedo Peter side, that's the only person I rate. The rest are just greedy, gluttonous people. They're just accumulating wealth for themselves. They don't care about anybody else. They are not interested. And he asked a great question. All the money that they keep sharing and saying no, they're giving cash to the citizens, to those that are poor, select. Where are they? Where are the people? How come we are not hearing about them? How come they're not coming out? People are not coming out in their numbers and say, oh, I got my own, no, I got my alert, too. How come? So that means that they will lie. They're just gaslighting the whole of Nigeria. They will lie that they've shared money, but they've shared it amongst themselves. And then maybe pick one or two people to give 5k and 20k and inflate it. Omo, the corruption in Nigeria is not here. I beg. Let me wrap it up. There's nothing else to add. I will see you guys on my next one. I don't know about tomorrow. I will try to come out tomorrow because, this Nigeria. Now, onward and forward. We can't give up. We have to keep talking about it. Each one teach one. We can't give up. That's the only ancestral home we have. It's not an accident that we have it. Sorry to my Cameroonians and to Ivory Coast people. Yeah. Sorry, I'm sorry, guys. That's what you guys ended up with 82 and 90. Bia is going to unalive on that throne. That's it. It's just a shame. But anyway, my people, now here I go talk I'm rich. Prince, thank you very much for being in the studio. I appreciate it. Michael.
No problem.
Yeah. Maybe next time. Tomorrow, maybe. I'm not sure, but we'll see. I'll play by ear. Guys, if you haven't liked already, please continue to double tap the screen to like, share the video so that those who are not aware that we're on live, they would get to listen to it on replay. Don't forget to share your thoughts with me in the comment section if you're watching this on replay. And Oriyomi, thank you very much. I know it's early where you are. Kenneth, welcome, but bye at the same time. I appreciate you all. Kyogene, thank you very much. I thank you so much. Tata wo, chill, relax. All of us, they fight this fight too. Take it easy. EB, thank you. AB, I appreciate. I don't say AB wrong. AB saying don't tire for Nigerian politics, and I don't blame him. I don't blame you, AB. It's okay. Nigerian politics can be exhausting with everything that happens every day. It's inundating. We keep hearing all this nonsense every day. It's crazy. But anyway, my people, now here I go draw the curtain. Now do well. Thank you all so much for joining me. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.